Good morning, everybody, and welcome out to the Dice Tower's Board Game Breakfast, the healthiest, nutritionist, wealthiest way to start your
High
week.
in vitamin C.
Follow that
yes.
up, Eric.
I can't. Full of vitamins and minerals.
Protein. I already said vitamins. Protein
Part
is
of
the
a
next
complete
most important
breakfast.
thing.
Part of your complete
There you
breakfast.
go.
Hey, everyone, my name is Chris Yi.
I'm Wendy Yi.
And hi there, I'm Eric Summerer.
Well, we've got a pretty cool week. Valentine's Day is finally over. The beast is
Finally.
dead. Yes.
Oh my goodness, I went to Publix and the day before Valentine's Day, forgetting that it was the day before, and the entire storefront was just covered in red balloons and treats and flowers.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, this is horrifying. It worried me.
This is why we don't celebrate Valentine's Day. Eric, did you do anything nice for your wife?
I did not, but my eldest, this was his first Valentine's Day with his girlfriend, and so he was doing all the things. They came over and baked a cake here at the house. He was on his way to pick her up. He's like, I'm just going to stop by CVS and get some chocolate. Like, oh, okay, you do you. But yeah, all the things were happening for Valentine's Day. It just I was busy watching curling, but we'll get to more of that later.
We'll get to that, yes.
You were watching people curl their hair. That's nice. Nice of you, Eric.
Yes.
That's what I do. I stop by the chemist on the way to celebrate the old holiday. Yeah, we don't really do Valentine's Day. But you know what we do? There's got to be a better way to say that in English.
We celebrate Orlando.
We celebrate Orlando. If you also celebrate Orlando or are interested in converting to the celebration of Orlando, you can come out to Dice Tower East. So go to dicetowereast.com. The tickets are on sale right now. Hotel block is still available as well. So yeah, Dice Tower East in July, 4th of July week.
Yep, it's at the Crib Royale, which is this lovely hotel. It has a beautiful pool with a massive waterfall, great place for kids and family to hang out. Take them to the fun parks while you stick around and play games with us, because it's fun.
Eric, you'll be at Dice Tower East, yes?
I will be at Dice Tower East. I think oh golly, I believe there's going to be a curling competition at Dice Tower East, as well as playing my beloved Parsley game with a group.
And then if you're looking for something a little bit sooner of the Las Vegas variety, if you choose to celebrate that, Dice Tower West over in March.
Which is coming up really soon.
Yeah, just a few weeks away, honestly, at this point. But yeah, so come out and hang out with us at conventions. We'll all be there at both of these, actually.
That we shall.
Is that correct, Eric?
Yes, that's correct. Yes.
Yeah, all three of us will guaranteed be there, and maybe even some other members of the Dice Tower staff.
One or two.
Maybe.
One or two.
No promises.
Now, what we do have promises for is Eric has promised to read some names off for some fabulous people that have supported us in the previous Game Found year.
Yes. Let's send out some shout-outs to Josh and Christy Bach from the Dice Tower Cruise. They're just on the cruise all the time. Also, Matt, Jenny, and Piper Knowles. Shout out to them. Aaron Montanari. Derek Dyden-Smith.
I'm sorry he died in the Smith.
Dyden-Smith, yeah. Mark M. Just Mark M. No full last names here.
That's like Madonna
And
M.
It's the Mark formerly known as Mark M.
Steve Chivers and family.
We pronounced that wrong. Glad you got the phonetic note in there.
I did get the note. And last but not least, Aaron, your board game buddy from Norway. Not just our board game buddy, but your board game buddy.
Board game buddy from Norway.
You too can have a board game buddy from Norway.
All right. Well, we also have, we're also going to be saying a quick thank you to our sponsor of this video, which is GripMat, the custom playmat company. They have a great Etsy store, and they recently had a partnership deal with GMT Games. So if you want to spice up some of those unmounted boards, unmounted maps and stuff. No, I'm curious to look into more of this actually. But yeah, they'll be partnering up with them, and so you can get their mats in as always, like the non-grip surface, like a normal playmat, or the grip surface, which will keep all of your figures and chits and stuff in place. So let's hear a quick word from our sponsor, GripMat, and then we'll be back. This show is sponsored by GripMat, who makes custom playmats for many of your favorite games. With their custom grip surface, you can keep cards and tiles in place without worrying about messing up the gameplay. Or you can get one without the grip surface if you just want a great-looking mat. Whether sprucing up a hot new title or an old classic, consider picking up a grip mat in the Etsy link below.
What was that?
That was. I was not ready for that.
So
this is the part of the show when we talk about something that has caught our eye. We call it eye catchers. I get to go first this time. We're going to go way back and into the current day. See, I have to tell a short story. Way back in the mid-1980s, I had a Nintendo Entertainment System.
He's talking about the 1900s again.
Yes, we're going to tell a story from the 1900s. And there was a magazine that you could subscribe to called Nintendo Power. And one year, the Enix Game Company had a whole bunch of extra copies of a game called Dragon Warrior, which is Dragon Quest. But somebody decided, people aren't going to want to play a game called Dragon Quest. They're going to want to play Dragon Warrior, far better.
Oh, yeah.
And they gave away copies of this game if you subscribed to Nintendo Power, which I did, and I did. I played the heck out of this game, Dragon Warrior, fighting slimes and going on single-player adventures. And just recently, the Square Enix company has released Dragon Quest 1 and 2, the HD 2D remake. That is a mouthful. But it is the original Dragon Quest Dragon Warrior game done up in a whole new style. So I have been playing this game and remembering, well, it's been a long time since I played this. I'm not remembering a ton of things about this game. I remembered how to defeat a gold golem. That's about it.
Hey.
You, as a single player, are going through an adventure. This is a pretty standard, it's the first one. So it is the original Japanese RPG Dragon Quest, where you have a single character trying to save the world and save the princess and, stop some sort of growing evil. You're seeing images of multiple characters running around. That is Dragon Quest 2. I have not gotten to that yet. It has been a lot of fun to revisit this classic turn-based Japanese RPG. It is a lot harder than I remembered. Because with only a single character, I'm used to playing, with you give this person the healing job, and this person's going to do charging up for a big attack, and this one's just going to do standard stuff. When you've only got one person, it gets a lot more nitty gritty into, I need to have exactly the right equipment on my person. I have to do the right sequence. I have to memorize what the bosses do. They're going to buff, attack, then do a big old thing. So I have to defend at the right times. It has been a lot more difficult to play this than it has been with any of the other Dragon Quests I have played. And I've played a number of them.
So they didn't modernize the game at all other than the graphics?
There's a couple of quality of life things, like if you die in this game, you can immediately just restart that boss battle, or you can go back to an auto save. It used to be way more punishing if you died playing the original Dragon Quest. You have to go back to a save game and you'd lose half your gold, and so there's a whole mechanism of having to store it at a bank so you don't lose it. Not as bad
when it comes to video games.
Yes, but it's still, the actual battles are still very, very difficult. But I have enjoyed the nostalgia and the challenge of Dragon Quest 1, the HD 2D remake.
How much grinding do you feel like you're doing where you're just like constantly trying to battle just to level up so you can finally beat the boss, like the next boss?
There's a little of that, but there's also hunting for the right equipment. There's if you have a boss that's going to be attacking in particular ways, you want to get the right stuff. And sometimes it's not always the most powerful armor. It's the one that's going to reflect their attacks or protect against fire breath or whatever. So it's a lot more puzzly than it is just grinding, although there is certainly that, running around in a field and trying to get metal slimes.
Yeah, this is cool. I've not played...
Have you played any Dragon Quest games?
No, I haven't actually.
Okay.
It's a genre game I really enjoy, and this whole HD 2D thing, right? Like you're playing Sea of Stars, is that what it's called? Like those turn-based RPGs that have that like nostalgic, semi-pixelated look, but also I don't know, just like that classic feel. I like that. I like that
Yeah.
touch a lot.
I really like playing more modern though. Like I don't think I could go back to a game like this. Yeah.
You can and
It's
you
certainly a
will.
particular aesthetic for sure.
I have been playing 9 a little bit, and that's kind of fun. But also I can save, so like I've got a save system on it, which is nice.
Yeah,
Yes.
well, that's part of what they add to these
Yeah.
things, which is good, which is smart.
It is a lot easier. The autosave is very helpful if you end up in an area that you aren't like. I was surprised that you're just walking past a tree line or something. You end up in an area where you should not be yet, and you find out very quickly that that you shouldn't be there yet. You turn around and go away.
That thing killed me a one shot.
Yes,
All right.
pretty much.
Very nice, Eric. Very nice. Maybe I'll check these out. As for me and my house, I am excited about this game that is currently on Kickstarter. This is actually a trio of games. This might have been an eye catcher before when it was like announced, but it's the final 2 days or so of this Kickstarter, and I just adore this. So this is a trio of trick-taking games. Trick Takers, I've not actually played. It's a very complex trick-taking game with lots of special powers, and it's like zany off the top. And this is an expansion to it. And pretty much everyone I talk to about the original game, Trick Takers, are like, "Oh, more? Woo, okay." So even the diehard people are like, "Interesting. Okay, well, let's see." So
I thought you were going to say the expansion makes it easier. Like, here's a new set of rules. It's less complicated.
no, I think there's just more characters you
more.
can draft from and special abilities and stuff. But they're also excited about it. The one in the middle there, Best of Neapolitan, is a 3-suit trick taker that used to be called Boast or Nothing, which is just this cool 3-suited trick-taking game where the relative strength of each of the 3 colors is constantly changing. And so they couldn't get the rights to the original art, I realize.
So they made ice cream?
They made an ice
Because
cream, which is perfect for
Ice
3
cream is super
flavored,
cool.
for 3 suits, right? So this was what the original game looked like, Boast or Nothing. Small print run Japanese trick taker that just had this weird cloud Super Mario kind of character.
Are they eating or are they playing a game?
No idea. The art is all like this. Like, what is happening in this picture?
It's
and
a
that's
tea
kind of
party.
the point.
Board game.
Or with a big old Mario cloud guy
Yes.
and a referee, right?
And
so
jars
all
of peanut butter?
they're
No,
what?
that's that I'm looking at I think they're mugs of beer.
Yeah,
I thought they were jars of peanut butter.
A tea party.
They look like, yeah. Well, there's like a treasure chest in the middle. And
No, they're playing a game with the colored cards.
Yeah.
Do you
It's a tea party.
usually have treasure chests during your tea parties?
Yeah. What do you think you keep the sugar in? I've never had a tea party.
Okay, this is all a revelation to me. I didn't know that there were rules and requirements for tea parties like
yeah,
this.
you must have
Referees.
clouds with mustaches. If there's
It's
no
a me,
mustache, it's not a
giant
tea party.
cloud.
Anyway, yeah. So yeah, the original art in Boast or Nothing was just like super
just
weird
odd.
and over the top. Yeah.
See, tea party
Well, look at this, straight up toilet paper.
with a mustache.
Money is toilet paper. This
Oh my
guy
gosh.
is yeah. So anyway, the original art was like just phenomenal and weird and everything like that. So because they couldn't get the rights to that specific art, they were like, well, let's retheme it. So they kept the initials BON, Boast or Nothing, to Best of Neapolitan, and it's about the 3 flavors of Neapolitan ice cream fighting for the clout. And so yeah, it's a phenomenal game. I'm excited that's going to get a wider print run, and then. The last game, Zoom Zoom Vroom, is one that I keep hearing really good things about. People are saying, oh, Chris, knowing your taste, I think you'll like it.
Zoom, zoom.
So I'm very excited about this. This is one of the Kickstarter campaigns I think I'm most excited about. And I like this company, Portland Game Collective. They're a bunch of cool like punk rock, like small indie publisher type of attitude towards games and stuff. So anyway, this is fantastic. This is something that people should check out. So
Your
that
punk
Neat.
rock card games about
They look
zoom
punk.
zooming and vroom vrooming.
And Neapolitan ice cream.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
So punk rock.
I mean the mindset of the publisher.
No, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, very indie.
But also
Very-
I would go to a punk show for the band called Zoom Zoom Vroom. I'd go see them in concert.
what would they be dressed up as?
Cars.
Obviously.
Yeah, just like discount.
Oh, with like the shoulder strap, like boxcars you wear around your waist.
Yeah, they're all just basically. Eric, you know the band, the Cybertron. Or something
Cybertonic
like-
Spree.
Cybertronic Spree, yeah.
Cybertonic Spree, yeah.
Yeah, the Transformers knockoff 80s band. That's what it'd be. Just everyone dressed up as like Mater, as T Mater and Thunder McQueen and all. Like it's close knockoff as you could get. That's the
Legally
punk band,
distinct.
Zoom Zoom Vroom. That's canon in my mind. It's locked in. Let's move along.
All right. Well, I expect to hear their music while playing this game. All right. Well, my game is much cooler than that. Not really. No, but I am actually really excited about this one. This is Wine and Cheese. So this is Scott Alms, who did Beer and Bread. This is like the second version of that, and this is Deep Print Games Pegasus Spiel. So this really is like a second game, but the mechanics are different. The board has the same coloring look. But I guess you are two farmers, so it's a two-player game, and you make both wine and cheese. I don't know, is that very common for farms in Europe? Do you know, Eric? You're my wine and cheese person.
I don't. I'm not really an authority on wine and cheese farms.
Pretty sure you are.
Wine and cheese is a very common pairing. You know that,
Well,
right?
it is. No, I
Yeah.
know it's a common pairing, but
Okay.
do they usually happen on the same farm? So we're two farms that both make wine and cheese. Those are the two things we produce.
And we dress up in Cars costumes.
Yes, we do.
Yeah, that's all of Europe if you've never been.
Obviously. And so we are trying to keep our scoring is based on the lowest of how we've produced wine and scored on wine and scored on cheese. So you want to keep them as even as possible. And so it looks like it has a bunch of nods to the original Beer and Bread game where you're fulfilling contracts and you're doing little worker placement stuff. So I'm just really curious what this is going to be because I really enjoyed Beer and Bread. And so I'm sure this one's going to be good.
Scott Alms is pretty awesome and super busy. Like he's constantly coming out with games, both large box and smaller, tiny games. He's very involved with the wallet games, the button shy stuff, and smaller, the Tiny Epic series is Scott Alms as well. He's busy. It's cool to see him working.
Yeah. I'm far more interested in his non-Tiny Epic catalog of games personally, but I think I've always kind of felt that way. But this one sounds great because I like the original a lot. I noticed that this says 45 to 75 minutes, which I think is a little bit
Longer?
Beer.
I never felt like the last one
Bread.
was like short per se, but yeah, that is significantly longer.
Oh yeah, this is the advanced version.
Yeah.
Is the weight different too? Now I'm comparing.
Well, I mean, there's no weight.
Oh, there's no weight
information
because
yet. Yeah, 'cause
there's not that
it's-
much info.
But yeah,
But if it's longer, I'm expecting it to be slightly heavier.
I like the
Every little bit.
I like TGMT HT's comment, gum and nuts. That's a
Is that the third version that's coming out?
That's a beautiful Simpsons reference there. I approve. All right. Well, that's been our eye catchers. And for those of you who are asking in the chat, I have no idea how the artist Girish, how he got that scream of mine, because I didn't film those and send it to him. Like that just showed up as a surprise. Tom goes, "Hey, here you go." So there you go. Ah!
This is Rich Saunders, and welcome to Co-op Gestalt, a place to talk about cooperative games, cooperative game mechanisms, and sometimes solo games. Today we're going to talk about the latest offering for the Dice Throne Outcasts, and Dice Throne Adventures Unchained. These both came from the recent Kickstarter. This is a new set, which is basically Halloween-themed Dice Throne characters, and they're so thematic. They're so fun. I actually think this is my favorite cover of the year as well, with the Raven and all that. But these are so fun. My favorite character is probably the Necromancer, which has an action called Corpse Explosion, which is both funny and ew at the same time. It's so thematic. But my favorite part of this new offering is the Dice Throne Adventures Unchained. This is an expansion for an expansion. You're like, an expansion for an expansion? Well, it takes Dice Throne Adventures, which makes the game Dice Throne cooperative and solo, and fixes two of the main problems with it. Basically, the two major problems were, one, the game was too long. So what this offers is something called one-shot adventures, where you can take and go through both minions and fighting a big boss in just one adventure. So that makes it, normally Dice Throne Adventures would have a giant adventure that you'd have to go through. You can condense it into a small little adventure that you can play in a bite-sized bite. The other thing it fixes is the loot. One of the problems is that Dice Throne Adventures sometimes has a slow upgrade for loot. With the Dice Throne Adventures, your loot goes up much quicker with what's called the one-shot loot chart, and loot goes immediately in your hand. So I actually think this is an essential expansion if you really like Dice Throne Adventures. Makes it so you can bring it out much quicker. So that's it for me. You guys have a great day.
All right, we are on to the top 10, and there were no weird eyeball things. I was really excited to watch this intro. I thought it was going to be different and special, Chris.
We just got the one so far, and I don't know if it's a so far. I don't know if that's just a one single shot thing,
No,
but
I'm
it was
disappointed in you now.
it was too. I'll do the scream again. Ah!
Top 10!
All right, so the top 10 that we're doing today is going to be top 10 games that should be Olympic events. Ba-ba-bum, ba-ba-ba-bum. And I'm already kind of cheating because my first game is...
Well, before we get into this, right?
Before.
Eric had an important message that he needed to share.
You're right. Before
That
I
we
cheat,
should all
Eric,
be watching curling because the U.S. team is doing really great. And they got a silver medal in mixed doubles. And there have been some incredible matches. I've been watching a ton of curling. They beat Sweden yesterday, the men's team, and the women's team had an incredible game against China. I don't know what's happened this morning, but it's so fun to watch, and you should do it because it's fun.
2 days ago, the U.S. women's team beat Canada, which was, in the words of CBS News, an Olympic first. I can't take credit for that, but yeah. Also, there's a double touch controversy. What in the world is going on, Eric? What's double touch?
Okay, so I believe this was one of the Canadian players was releasing. So you have to release the stone before it reaches the hog line, which is that the horizontal line as they slide out of the hack. They have to release the stone, and I believe he brushed the actual granite part of the stone as he let it go. Which is against the rules, but it didn't get called at the time, and curling doesn't have an instant replay rule. It's sort of a self-governed thing. But there were some, let's say, heated discussions in the middle of this. I didn't watch the whole thing as it happened, but that is the current controversy, is that he let go of the stone from the handle, but brushed the granite, and according to the rules, that should have been a burned stone.
Oh, no.
Oh, okay.
Michael Hansen, I believe, is correcting you, Mr. Summer, that the U.S. mixed team lost to Sweden in the final.
Oh, I was talking about the men's team beating Sweden yesterday.
Okay, yes.
They did lose to Sweden in the they got silver in the mixed doubles final.
In the end.
There are 3 different teams. It's hard to keep track of them all.
I've really been confused by a lot of
Yes.
Wendy's been watching the ice dancing and figure skating and the Twizzles. They're very confusing to me what all the
Twizzles
different
is not any good.
I don't
The
know.
Twizzles?
Yeah. So we don't have Peacock, and so I've just been watching like YouTube replays of the different events, and so sometimes you just see bits and pieces, and so you're like looking and you're watching multiple things, but they all seem like they're a part of different competitions, and they all have different sets of numbers, and so I have no idea what is actually going on. But the ice dancing is really pretty. Makes me happy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's a little weird if you don't have the streaming services. I think one time they showed a curling match and showed the first end, like 15 minutes. And then they're like, if you want to watch the rest of the game, it was like a sampler. Go to Peacock, but we're going to show you hockey now. I'm like, what? I was watching curling.
What's weird to me is that we have Hulu with ESPN, and I don't watch any sports. And I'm like, sweet, we'll be set for the Olympics this year because we have ESPN. Nope. So that's my rant.
Yep.
This broadcast may not be rebroadcast without the express written permission of the Olympic Committee. It can only be shown on the networks of NBC.
I thought the
There
E
you go.
in ESPN stood for Olympics.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Obviously. All right. Back to games that should
Top
be
10.
Olympic events. And the first one for me is Downforce. And this is because I like to be a spectator. So Downforce is a game where you are racing around a track, but you are not actually racing around the track. Instead, you have cards that have multiple colors on them. And as you play a card, it changes all the cars on the track. And so some move small amount of spaces, some move lots amount of spaces. And so you are controlling everything at once with a single card, but you're still trying to get whatever color you're betting for to win. And I just wanted a fun interactive racing game as my first one. That's why I picked this.
And that'd be an Olympic event.
Olympic event is moving the cars. It's kind of like curling. You know, you let the cars go.
Crash into each other, knock each other around a bit.
You do a little sweeping of the track.
In the Olympic version, these are full-size cars, and they can only move the number of spaces. So it's sort of like a parking lot, and they can only move a certain number of spaces around the track.
Oh,
They just idle.
Oh, fantastic. And of course, if you are in the live chat, go ahead and throw in your suggestions of what you think should be the number one pick. We'll pick one of our favorites there.
Now I'm trying to figure out how this parking lot would work logistically as an Olympic event. Like,
It's just the Olympic parking lot.
No,
Yeah.
would you have someone, you just have like a whole line of people with flags, like colored flags, and they're like, they lift it up 3 times to be like yellow goes 3 and then orange goes 2.
This is the Olympics, Wendy. They'd have a better flag-based system, right? Like the Navy had.
Just
for hundreds of
semaphore.
years.
Smoke signals? Like, what are we saying here?
Checkered flag, 45 degrees, green flag waving. That means 5 spaces. Go, go. All right, number 9 is coming from me here. The number 9 game that I would love to see as an Olympic event. This might be a bit of a controversial pick because this is not a published board game in the traditional sense, but this is a not common law. What is it? It's just a public domain game called Egyptian Rat Screw or Slap 'em or Slappers or it has hundreds of different names. But yeah, the
I
idea
played
of
this so much at like summer camps.
oh yeah, oh absolutely. Shout out to Bicycle Games' official website for the video here because we've shockingly on the Dice Tower never done a review of Egyptian Rat Screw. I always thought that I was saying that name wrong as a kid because it sounds like something you're not supposed to say as a kid.
Yes.
Yeah. But anyway, yeah, I love this. Just, you flip cards out when when a condition is met, you slap it. The first to slappy gets the cards, don't run out of cards. Great game.
Yeah. Oh man, I played so much of that. So would you get to wear gloves? Like, is there any sort of like protection during this to make this event safer? Because we know that all the Olympic events are extremely safe.
Yeah, no rings. No rings.
They're going down.
No rings.
Head first.
Yeah, would there be like a manicure rule on this or not?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, maybe official country gloves. That'd be kind of cool to see.
Yeah, the length of the millimeter of your nails.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's number 9, Egyptian Rat Screw.
All right. So my number 8 has already shown up in the chat, and that is Crokinole, a dexterity game. You're flicking discs into the center. I imagine a big old arena where everybody is trying to do their best shots. This probably should be no surprise considering my love of curling. Maybe this should be Croca-Curl, which is an outdoor sport in Canada where they play Crokinole with curling stones. They should do that too. But just standard, let's all get around an arena and flick some discs for Crokinole. That's my number 8.
Yeah. Official video of one Kenny Sardina here.
Oh, that's true. He's never on videos.
One of the few times he's on camera.
And once again, if you would like to play, we bring about 4 Crokinole tables, I think, out and we set up in the dexterity halls of Dice Tower East. And we have tons of extra weird dexterity games that are out there. Tom keeps adding new ones too.
Are we allowed to talk about the really big new thing we got?
I don't know, so I'm gonna not. Anyway, come play Crokinole with us at Dice Tower East.
There's a surprise, big, exciting thing at Dice Tower East.
Yeah,
it's so exciting. Anyways,
right,
on that note, I'm number 7, and for a totally different and much more serious racing game, Magical Athlete is next on my list. This one, I have heard people talk about this, well, especially Tom. I heard Tom talk about this for ages and ages and ages and ages. And the new version just came out, and I finally played it, and I was like, oh, I get why people like this. This is hilarious. Also, our daughter always wants to be the big baby. That's her favorite.
Big baby.
But can you imagine if you at the Olympic Games, everyone has to dress up as their character, part of the process. And then, you play magical athlete.
I mean, we literally did a full-size magical athlete at one of the Dice Tower events many years ago. It only happened once, and there was a reason why it only happened once.
Well, who won the gold medal?
I forget. I forget who won. I was wearing a wizard hat. I was the rules adjudicator. There were pool noodles that people were getting smacked with. It happened.
It happened.
It happened. It's going to be glorious at the Olympics. It'll also be cold.
This is going to be a Winter Olympic game?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
I guess in summer you'd get too hot in the costume.
You really
Good
would.
thinking.
You really would, yeah.
We're gonna.
Yeah,
we'll
well, in the
mix this
summer
with-
they're using the racetracks for other things, but in the winter, no one's using it, so you might as well.
Yeah.
We'll just mix this with cross-country skiing. I'm sure that they'll love it.
And we'll come up with new characters that fit the winter environment. Like that big baby, that thing is going to freeze.
Mm-hmm.
But if you had Eskimo baby or like, I don't know, Parka baby?
Parka baby.
Parka baby. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Parka babies from the Jim Henson Company.
Oh, fantastic. Mike Heller has discovered a YouTube version of the live magical athlete. It exists on the internet.
Oh, amazing.
Ooh.
Yeah, he
So
posted the
now
link
I
in
know
the
what I'm
live
doing
chat.
after the show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, when we're done here, maybe we'll Mike, if you can remember to post that as like the top comment or something like that, we'll pin it so people can watch the
Yes.
magical athlete competition. Number 6 time coming from me here, and this is one of my favorite dexterity games of all time, Wonder Bowling. Have
This
you
is
seen
a
this,
good
Eric?
one.
I've played this once.
This is
This is a family favorite at our house.
Oh yeah, this is a phenomenal game from Itten Games, publisher from Japan. You have these tokens in front of you, and you have to try to knock over the bowling pins in such a way that that number of pins remains standing. And a perfect strike is when you leave one pin standing, and then you reset them, and the next person goes. And it is such a great game. It's my favorite dexterity. It's possibly one of my favorite dexterity games of all time. And I would love to see just high-level champions sitting there with the stick, with the bowling ball stick, very seriously measuring their drawback and the strikes forward and the commentation over the. Look at that amazing form. Look at that amazing form from Heather Johnson there. She's in top shape. She's never performed better than this ever. Love to hear it.
I'm trying to figure out how precise they'd have to make the rules for setting up the pins because when all the pins get knocked down and you set it back up, like just kind of everybody does it.
There
Or is there an official?
There's an official rule in the rule book. It's the player before you or after you that's supposed to set up the pins. So that is part of the game as well. And we always just do it freeform because we're playing with our kid, right? But it's supposed to be a designated person in the turn order. So that would factor into, when's a good time to really go for that strike or not.
To knock them all over.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could definitely see there being a lot of like number crunching and different styles and plays of like how you set it up. And they'd be named.
I think having
people.
specific rules would come into play for my number 5, and that is Happy Salmon. The chaotic game. Oh, that's an old video. Oh golly. Of having to do various actions to get rid of your cards. I envision an Olympic arena with like the specific sized circle in the center, and so you have to do the actions, but then you have to throw the card so it lands in the center in order to score that point. So you're going to have people, and do you trade with the Russians? The Russian alliance, they've been bad with you right now. So do you do a fish bump with them? I don't think you do. And so there'd be all this, politics and speed and specific dexterity of throwing cards, and then there'd be some sort of rules violation, like a double touch, that would get everybody all worked up with Happy Salmon, my number 5.
I'm just imagining like those cocktail tables with like the tablecloth that cinches at the bottom. Little
Oh,
plate in
that's
the middle, and you
the
have to, like, get
area
it on
you
the-
have to.
You have to get on the plate.
It tipped over the edge.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yes.
I
Don't
like
don't knock over the shrimp.
There's like a vase of flowers in the center, and you can't knock it over.
Yeah, there's just like obstacles. That's a foul. All right. My number 4, or I guess I'm number 4, and this one is Tumbling Dice. This was the very first one I thought of. I was like, oh yeah, you can knock knocking other people's marbles off the board and farther down and just trying to get everything out of the way. I love the interaction of this. And I can just imagine the commentators so seriously discussing, what the yellow player is going to do with their next die.
If you make the board out of ice and make it giant, add some little brooms, I'd be in.
Oh, the brooms.
Yes, that is what Eric is his official stance on the dice tower is that curling needs more dice.
Yes. Now, I'm trying to figure out how you would roll. Like, if you had one of those curling size pieces of granite but made into a die, like, how many players would it take to roll that? And how would you not crack the ice?
All four. And they go
like
over the edge and they're cracking the ice. Yeah.
Oh. You have to, like, drop it onto an angled trampoline so that it, like, boom, boom.
Whatever game you're inventing right now, I'm down for it.
You're down force for it?
I'm down for it. All right, so here's the console, so you can pick the number 1.
Oh, I'm picking the number 1.
Number 3, coming from yours truly here, and this is Lightspeed Arena. This is a non-dexterity game, but it kind of feels a little bit free form where every turn people are placing out these spaceships onto the board, and you have to do it within a few seconds each. And then at the end, you can take a picture with the app, and you go through and as you've laid out the spaceships in different arrangements, you're shooting each other, you're blowing each other up, you're trying to hit these asteroids in the middle of the table. You are trying to destroy your opponent's ships and hit them and stuff. You have shields on some of your ships so you can be protected from some of the damage from other people. And there is an app which is stone cold, judgment-free. It's just going to be measuring and doing all of the dictation for exactly how you score points, if you blow up the ships, each other's bases and stuff. This deserves to be an Olympic game. If you could gold medal in Lightspeed Arena, I would know that you are truly an excellent board gamer, and I stand by that.
Now, if you were watching it from home, would you get to see those like calculations as the game is going on? You know what I mean? Like
it's all at the end, right? So every turn you lay out the ships, right? Everyone does it at the same time, blah, blah, blah. Okay, 3 seconds, go. Do the next one, and then do the next one. Mm-hmm. And so, yeah, you'd get to watch like this, as the app is showing here, you get to see that broadcast. And you would have the athletes' faces as they're standing there on the side, like watching their ships taking damage. And you see the stress, you see the joy, you see the elation, the tension, the sportsmanship.
As they explode, they literally have to like throw themselves to the side.
So yeah, I stand by my pick.
All right. I like that one. My number 1 pick, which is actually the number 2 on the list, my top pick is a Haba game called Dancing Eggs or Ayrtons. Oh, now we go way back. Oh, golly, look at that video. This is a game where you have a bunch of rubberized eggs. And you're trying to determine who gets them, but you roll a die to determine how you're going to distribute that. So sometimes you're dropping it from a certain distance, which is what we're watching right now. Sometimes whoever makes a chicken sound gets the die. Whoever doesn't make a chicken sound gets the egg. But then once you've achieved an acquisition of this egg, you roll another die, which tells you where you put that egg. You might have to put it between your shoulder and your chin. You might have to put it under your arm. You may have to put it between your knees, which is bad because one of the ways you determine who gets the egg is by running around the table. And so that is what I want to see. I want to see all of these top athletes running around the table as fast as they can with knee-propped eggs and knocking them over. And when somebody drops an egg, it ends the round, and whoever has the most wins.
What happens
that is
if
dancing
everyone
eggs.
Decides that they, like, if they're like, oh, well, the between the knees, whatever option, like, they choose not to take the egg? Like,
no,
or do you find out after you get the egg?
After you get the egg.
You find out after you get the egg where it has to go.
Oh, okay. So not everyone's going to be like, we're stepping out, we're not doing this.
Yeah.
Oh, no. You want the point.
You can't metagame it.
No metagaming.
No.
Nope.
But you can dance with the eggs.
Oh, man. Shout out to
I want to see a bunch of people hobbling around a table with the Olympic rings on it and trying to make it back to their chair before the other players.
This is devilishly delightful, Eric. I love it.
That's great. Tom's kids have grown up so much. All right, number 1, the ultimate winner. It has come down to 2, my friends. There were 2 making fun of the size of board game boxes, and it made me really happy. So first we have Gloomhaven Toss, where it's like shot put, but with Gloomhaven. I'm sorry, Frosthaven, because it's the Winter Olympics.
Yes.
And then...
Frost toss.
Yes, the Frost Tossed. And then the other one is Awaken Realms Box Lifting. Oh, did we get...
Yeah, add to broadcast. There you go.
There we go. Box lifting. I'm trying to think if it would be like a squat position kind of thing, you know, or if it'd be more of a like laying down, like someone spotting you kind of thing.
I could see it being a squat thing, and it's a test both of strength but also dexterity, right? Where it's not just about the weight, but also about the control. You do a successful squat, you put another, boom, Tinder Girl Kings of Ruin on top. And then you do another squat, and you come back up, boom, Dragon Eclipse on top. So you have to manage to support the weight, do the squat, and not tip and drop the boxes.
Yes,
and if you hear the pieces inside rattling around, you know you've done something wrong.
Yeah, exactly. There you go. All right. Well, that is our top 10 best Olympic games based on board games.
That's not what the list was
That's
called.
not what the list was called.
Although, I mean, these 2 recommendations in the chat make me think like that could be a whole new category.
Board game weightlifting.
Yeah. Well, we'll be thinking about it, and then when we come back, we'll stop thinking because we'll be doing a little game show hosted by one Eric Summer.
Happy breakfast, everyone. Today I'm going to talk to you about Dying Message from Oink Games. This is a party game where, well, at some point everyone's going to be the victim. Each round, whoever has unfortunately been murdered is going to be sending a message via message cards, and you can organise those using the shapes, the lines to craft some kind of information, hinting towards one of 6 suspects to your murder. And of course, you get to splat on the table. It's really fun as the victim when you are crafting that message, splatting on the table, and hoping that whatever you've crafted out of those message cards can in some way be ascertained by the detectives, and they can pick, hopefully, therefore, the correct suspect, and you will find peace, rather than be a lost hope. From the detective's point of view, it's fun trying to deduce what that thing is. Well, it's a shape at least, and you have to sometimes really read the suspect's details to rule people in and out, and you're definitely not going to get it right every time. When the victim is crafting the message from the 15 available message cards, there is definitely a minute or 2 downtime for all other players. But it is worth the wait, because then determining what that message means is fun. It's one of those party games that has a point scoring system. You can do it cooperatively and gain points for being right, sort of thing, and the best clues. And you can do it competitively where you don't quite want everyone to get the right answer. This is definitely one of those games where, for us, you don't care about the points. You just go, well, we've all had a turn being murdered. How about another one? So while it has that issue of downtime, it is a fun experience that I do recommend you giving a play if you get the opportunity, and that is Dying Message from Oink Games. Anyway, enjoy the rest of your breakfast.
It's time to play a game. You want to play a game?
No.
I do. You almost
games.
you almost went into an Irish lilt there. That was weird.
It's time to play a game. We're going to play a game called... I received this game for Christmas this year. My sister-in-law gave me 100 songs every theater nerd should know, the card game.
Oh, dear.
And oh yes, so I always wonder when you get something like this, because this is a niche, I'm going to call, Broadway fandom a niche hobby. This is meant to appeal to non-gamers. It's meant to appeal to people who really like that particular hobby. But my curiousness is, how good is the game? This comes from a group called...
Have you played it yet?
I've not played it with other people. You are my guinea pigs.
Okay.
This comes from Spinning Rock Productions from the UK. Spinning Rock, which, fits with our curling theme. So the game comes with like 100 cards. that all have names of songs and musicals on them.
Okay.
So it'll say, Oliver, you've got to pick a pocket or two. And then there's also a plot point thing, which I'll get to in just a little second. Then there's 6 different game modes. So whoever's turn it is, if it was Chris's turn, I would shuffle up all of the game modes and then pick one of them. And then this is the way you try and achieve the card. And then if you're successful, you get to keep the card. And if not, it goes to the next player's turn. And I think you either play to a certain number of cards or a certain time, number of turns, and see who wins. Okay, so far. So where this really comes into play is, what are the game modes? Are they fun? And that's what we're going to find out. I've picked 3 game modes that we're going to try out. I'm not going to shuffle them. I will be the player for the first round, and we're going to see if you can guess what I am laying down with game mode number 1, which is going solo. I take the top card from the main pile. I will choose one player to play the game with, so we'll do one for each of you. I have to sing one non-title word from the song lyrics. So, for example, if the song was Feed the Birds from Mary Poppins, I can't say feed the or birds, but I could say tuppence. And I need to act it appropriately. And your job, the 2 of you, is to guess what song I am referring to. This is round 1. So, Wendy, I'm going to give you the first go. We're going to see if I can do this correctly. Of course, because there is a possibility that we don't know some of these songs, I think we can have a discard rule just for the sake of keeping things moving. So, all right. If I say champagne.
Yeah, I have no idea. Do you know, Chris?
If I said it again more emphatically, champagne.
Nope.
This
Fiddler on the Roof.
Does it pass to me?
Yes.
Yeah.
This is that one song from Evita. Am I correct?
No.
Eyes,
It is So Long Farewell from The Sound of Music. I'd like to stay and taste my first champagne. All right.
Oh.
So far, so good. Chris.
Great, we're crushing it.
If you had done ba 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 da ba 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 da ba ba,
But that's more than one word.
that was a single word. Ba 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 da ba 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 da ba ba da ba ba ba.
Yeah, just ask the
No
scat man.
spaces.
Ask the scat man. He'll back Wendy up.
Oh, boy. Okay. We're going to try, Chris. We're going to see if we can get this one right. Minutes.
Oh, this is Rent. The name of the song. I don't know. A year or what makes a year?
Da, 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 da. It's
Yeah.
one really big number.
Yeah,
It's the one.
24,200, 1,900 minutes. What is the song called?
Seasons of Love is the name of the song, but you
Yeah,
got
that
it.
one.
That's generally... So Chris gets the point there.
Yeah.
All right. So that is the going solo mode.
That's a fully earned
next
point,
one-
even though I blew it.
Yeah, I'm proud of
Right.
you. I've never seen that.
And you would have earned a point for me for saying minutes correctly. That's how that would work. So game 2 is called Fan Favorite, and we're going to incorporate the chat for this one. We're going to do a couple of quick informal polls. So here's how this works. We're going to take the top 2 cards from the main pile. I will tell you what the 2 songs are, and then you need to decide which one you think is going to be more popular, while everyone in the chat votes for which one of the 2 is their favorite. So don't look at the chat. Very simple. And then whoever's right gets the point. So we'll have Wendy go first here.
Okay.
I'm going to ditch that one because it's another one from Rent. Now, all right. Oh, here we go. This is going to be a Disney battle, believe it or not.
Oh.
Contender 1 is Colors of the Wind from Pocahontas.
I love that song.
And contender number 2 from The Hunchback of Notre Dame, Hellfire.
Oh, I like that. That's
yes.
a villain song.
Which
one's more
one,
popular?
Wendy? And go ahead, you can chat away and vote for which one you think is your favorite of those 2, Pocahontas or Hunchback of Notre Dame. Wendy.
Okay, specifically those songs, because I'm going to say Colors of the Wind. However, that is a really good villain song. But yeah, I'm going to vote Colors of the Wind. Don't let me down, chat.
And this is where chat is the delay of chat is going to not necessarily help us out. But we're going to see. See, all right, we got 1 vote for Notre Dame already.
Ooh.
Now up to 3 for Colors of the Wind. Yeah. I'm going to wait another 5 seconds here, and we're going to see who I think Colors of the Wind is probably going to be the winner here.
I think so.
Yeah.
I assume.
Wind. Yeah, I think chat says, Wendy, you're correct. That is the right one. All right, Chris.
All right.
Let's pick another. I'm going to ditch that one because some of these are way old. All right, here we go. I apparently didn't split up the Disney ones terribly much, but this one might be a little trickier, Chris. Which is going to be more popular? From The Lion King, Can You Feel the Love Tonight? Or
Yes.
from Les Mis, I Dreamed a Dream?
Oh.
Can You Feel the Love Tonight or I Dreamed a Dream? Which one is chat going to choose?
Chat is going to. It's Disney. Like, I'm going to lean towards, and my official vote is going to be that one from The Lion King. The Can You Feel the Love Tonight? Though I think I Dreamed a Dream is a much more pungent, emotional song. Also, it was in France and it smelled bad. But yeah, I would say my vote goes to The Lion King. Can you feel
All
the
right.
love tonight?
Chat is definitely going heavy on Lion King right now.
Yeah.
There's only 1 vote for I Dreamed a Dream. We'll give it another 5 seconds and
Dance
see.
Schoolification. I see you and I respect you. I'm sorry to have let you down with my my guess, but I want the points.
That's Jenny, isn't it?
I think Chris gets the point on this one. People are voting Lion King. If we were doing this in a group, it would be you choose one secretly and then everybody votes. 3, 2, 1, vote. And
Yeah.
that's the
Yeah.
one that wins.
That's
All
true. I
right,
feel like
moving
you-
on to round 3, and I'm going to let you two play this time. So this is game 3. It's called Me in 3. We'll look at the top card from the main pile. So I'll have, I will avert my eyes and the other one will avert their eyes. I'll show you in the webcam what song we're talking about. You can pass if you don't know the song. But if you do, I'd like you to try. You have to describe the song in 3 words with no obvious references to the title or lyrics. So,
No references.
Les Mis song Bring Him Home, you can say, please protect Marius, but not Valjean begs God. I don't know why that's... we don't need to be that picky about this. You just can't say what the title is. 3 words, not involving the title. Wendy, I'm going to have you go first. And I'm not going to look, but if you don't know this song at all, let me know.
Okay. Yeah, we're good.
You do know this song. All right. And we'll just have Chris and I attempt to guess what it is and see if we can get you your point.
Sorry. Whoops.
Chris looked at it.
Well, you make Eric
Well,
guess.
then you're going to see if I can tell you what it is.
So I have to. I'm not saying words from the song. I'm just saying 3 words.
3 descriptors.
You have to describe
3
the song in 3
descriptors.
words. Yep.
Okay. Choreographed female royalty.
It's Dancing Queen from Mamma Mia.
You got
Yeah, I got it. All right, Chris. This time, Wendy, don't look.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm not looking.
Yeah, this time,
Here's,
Wendy.
here's Chris. All
Not peeking.
right, here you go. Chris, do you know this song? Have you heard
I
of this song?
don't, unfortunately, no.
All right, we're ditching that one. It was from Guys and Dolls. Sit down, you're rocking the boat. My son sang that one last year. All right.
Okay.
Okay. All right,
Yeah,
Chris
I'm
is
good.
thinking.
Okay.
All right.
All right, it's down.
Okay. Whew, here we go. Okay. The 3 words are Frankie Valley date.
Frankie Valley date. Well, this is going to be something from the Four Seasons. Date.
I don't know the 4 seasons. So this is all on you, Eric.
Oh man. I can't. I'm totally blanking on any Frankie Valley songs. Date.
Well,
Date.
Eric's thinking I'm going to go sunrise, sunset,
It's not from
Sunrise,
By the
Fiddler.
famous Frankie Valli.
Yep.
It's not Earth Angel. No, I don't know. I have to pass on that one. What do we got? December 1963. Oh, what a night. Oh, what a night.
From Jersey
Yeah, all right.
Boys.
Yeah, I wouldn't have
Frankie
gone that.
Valli.
So as we've discovered, this game really relies on whether you know the songs and whether this group knows the songs.
Yes.
The other modes are basically charades. There's act out the song, and then there's a humming. You can't use any words, but you can hum the tune. But the last one I want to mention, mode 6, is called Plot Point. You pick a card, and then you have to do whatever it says on the card. In the bottom, let me pick one that might have. Here we go. Annie, it's a hard knock life. But the plot point says, Miss Hannigan punishes you for trying to escape. You must send this card to the outcasts pile as well as another card that you've earned already. So this is a bad outcome. You don't get any points for that one. Hairspray, you can't stop the beat. Start tapping a beat on the table. You keep this card when all other players agree that they want the tapping to stop. If you stop tapping before this, you lose the card. Who's more stubborn?
This is like Curses.
So
The musical.
I think that might be where the game is in this with these silly little plot points. I think this would be fun with a theater group. If you had a bunch of theater kids together for a cast party, this would be a very entertaining thing. You would get a few times that people would be like a classic song from a classic Rodgers and Hammerstein or something that you wouldn't know.
Yeah.
But if you have a bunch of theater kids together, this would be a lot of fun. So that's 100 songs every theater nerd should know.
All right.
There you go.
Thanks for trying that out.
Well, thank you, Eric, for leading off on that one. And I'm sorry to disappoint. I've listened to some of Guys and Dolls, but not all of it. Not all of it. I've certainly listened to the fake one from The Simpsons with Mark Hamill.
Yes.
But
We
just
just
a bunch
rewatched
of
that
crazy
last week.
guys and dolls. All right, folks. Well, we are going to be signing off here. Make sure if you are available, go check out Dice Tower East, dicetowerwest.com. Go ahead and register for tickets there if you want to game with us and everything, along with special secret little surprises along the way that will be announced and stuff. There'll be a big live stream this week or next week. I forget exactly when it is, but there'll be something that you'll want to keep your eyes peeled for. It'll catch your eyes.
Don't make a video of that. It's horrifying.
Yes, don't peel your eyes. The Tide Pod generation, you got to tell people these things.
Yeah.
Yes, don't try this at home.
Yeah. Plenty more live stuff coming this week, plenty of big reviews and everything, so stick around. But until next time, folks, I'm Chris Yi,
I'm Wendy Yi.
I'm Eric Summerer.
and keep those eyes unpeeled.
Hey everybody, thanks for watching this video. If you like this review or whatever you just watched, wasn't it amazing? Check out our channel, Dice Tower. We have all kinds of things. We review games, we do top 10s, we play games live. It's all about board games, but especially the people who play them. Check out Dice Tower YouTube channel.